Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to DIY install a lithium battery and a power inverter into your travel trailer. I don't know how many times I've been camping and someone's running their 5 kilowatt generator all night just so they can watch a 110 watt TV. This battery could run that TV for about 25 hours. This is the DC House 200 amp hour lithium battery, which includes a 200 amp BMS system and cold weather protection. This is also the most affordable battery I could find that included all these features. This brand is pretty new, but the preliminary reviews are pretty good. So for this price, I'm definitely willing to give it a try. Coupled with that, I have the tried and true Renogy 1000 watt pure SineWave inverter. This particular model has a built-in transfer switch, which depending on your RV setup may greatly simplify your installation. Even still, these batteries are a little pricey, so why do I even want a lithium battery? Well, the first reason is for some reason the RV dealerships are insistent on putting these stupid marine deep cycle batteries into your RV. If your battery rating is cold cranking amps, then this type of battery is not designed for RV purposes. This RC number here means that if you were pulling 25 amps from your batteries, they would be drained to 10.5 volts in about 140 minutes. This works out to be about 58 amp hours per battery. But like I said, that's taking your battery all the way down to 10.5 volts. Things like your power inverter here are going to shut off when they get below, say, 11 volts or so. If you have a DC fridge, it will probably also shut off when the voltage gets too low. That means the usable amp hour rating for these batteries is much less, say 40-45 amp hours per battery for a total of 80 to 90. Now compare that with lithium batteries. When they are fully charged, they run around 13.5 volts. And when they're considered fully discharged, they run around 12.8. Meaning this whole 200 amp hours is usable all the way from fully charged to fully empty. That means this battery here has more than double the capacity of the two batteries that came with this trailer. I've had deep cycle batteries fail within 2 years. These are rated for 10. Well, enough talking, let's get these installed. Lead acid batteries off-gas dangerous fumes, so they have to be outside of your trailer. The lithiums, on the other hand, do not, so I'm going to put them inside where it's warmer, safer, and less likely to be stolen. While I'm at it, I'm also going to fix this rat's nest that whoever manufactured this trailer made. These are the DC wires exposed right where all the water from the street can hit them, and you can't even close them the way they have them set up. Also, the manufacturer didn't do a good job of even tightening these things up. Safety first, let's unplug from AC and disconnect our batteries. Inside the pass-through of many new trailers, you will find that they are pre-wired for an inverter, with this circuit coming from the breaker to the inverter and then back out to many of the outlets inside the trailer. If your wire is white, then you have a 15 amp circuit, so you'll want to stick with a 1000 watt or 1500 watt inverter. If it is yellow, it's going to more things, and you can get away with a 2000 watt inverter. So the idea is that you simply cut this wire and cut the ends off and connect them here to the input and output of the inverter. With the automatic transfer switch built into the inverter, it will turn off the inverter if you're plugged into shore power. If not, it'll kick on the inverter automatically. Now this wall is really thin where I want to mount this, so I'm going to add some wood in here and give it something secure to mount to. After you cut your wire, make sure to feed it through this cover plate first, otherwise it's trickier to get on. And connect to your AC output and AC input. And note that the line, neutral, and ground are not in the same order on each side. Here we have it mounted with the AC installation. Okay, here is the DC side of the inverter. As you can see, I'm putting my battery on the other side of this wall, and I've put in a 150 amp circuit breaker, as that is recommended for this size inverter. Renogy also recommends that the ground on the inverter be tied to the chassis of the vehicle. and also that the batteries be in close proximity to the inverter. So I have my batteries just on the other side of the wall, right here underneath the bed on the other side of the wall. I also use the packaging from the battery to act as a cushion for bumpy roads. Now it's important you check 3 different things on your RV if you're going to switch to lithium batteries. The first is your power distribution box, and if you're lucky, you'll see a sticker like this. If not, go ahead and disconnect your AC and DC power and remove your panel cover. You'll want to pull out these 2 screws here and pull out your converter to see what model it is. Look it up on the internet to see if it's compatible with lithium. If not, find one the same power rating that is and swap it out. You can find them on Amazon for 125 bucks or so. The second thing to check is your solar controller. If you have one, make sure that it's set to lithium batteries, otherwise it won't fully charge your batteries. The third thing to consider is your tow vehicle charging. Your tow vehicle alternator likely will not produce enough voltage to fully charge your lithium batteries. And since your RV batteries are higher voltage than your tow vehicle batteries, if your vehicle does not have a diode, you can actually drain your RV battery slightly trying to charge your tow vehicle's batteries. Many people just simply disconnect power from the tow vehicle when they have lithium batteries. I decided to install a breaker that I can just pop this button here and disconnect it from the tow vehicle, and I'll leave it like that most of the time. But then I'll be able to close the switch if I ever have an emergency and need power from the tow vehicle. Now for the moment of truth, let's test out this Renogy power inverter. And that green light is just what we wanted to see. Now if you've made it this far in the video, you get one bonus tip, and that is to leave your old battery box empty outside the trailer with some fake wires sticking out of it. That way people will think you still have lead acid batteries and won't bother trying to steal your new lithiums. Just like that. Today is Wednesday and the battery is now fully charged, and I've disconnected the trailer from the electrical on the house. The only source of power right now is a 200-watt panel on the roof that gets 6 to 8 hours a day. We're headed camping this Friday, so I've just turned on the fridge here, which runs completely off DC, and we're going to see over the next 4 days how this battery performs completely off-grid. Alright, so it is now Saturday. We're back from our camping trip, and a few things I've learned. First thing is that the 12-volt refrigerator in this RV is a power hog, and we wouldn't have made it with the old batteries. So let's go over some numbers. I ran the fridge for 64 hours in total, and I only ran it in daytime mode. Last night we also ran our inverter and our TV and all our plug-in accessories, and the furnace came on 5 or 6 times in the night as well. So all in all, ended up using 160 amp hours from the battery and 160 amp hours from the solar to make it 64 hours. Now without that solar, we only made it 32 hours, and with the old batteries, I don't even think we'd make it a day. Now the goal for me is to be able to boondock indefinitely without running out of power, and getting these batteries was just the first step. The next step, of course, will be to upgrade the solar on this trailer, which came with a 200-watt panel and a PWM charge controller. And just for reference, right now it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice sunny day, and I'm only getting about 70 watts of power out of that 200-watt panel. My plan is to go to at least 400 watts worth of panels and switch to an MPPT charge controller. So look forward to that possibly in a future video.